All right, good morning, dear friends, once again. Today is the 9th day of March 2026. Again, I want to use this opportunity to thank those of you that are sitting at home for the civil disobedience on the release of Onyendu, Mahazina, and the Kanu. You people are the one doing the greater job. I want to also appreciate every one of you that has not forgotten the illegal detention of Mahazina and the Kanu, and those of you who are planning the March for Freedom of Mahazina and the Kanu on the 12th of this month, which is March. May God continue to bless you people and give you guys more wisdom. Like we rightly said, like I will always tell you people, I am here to tell you nothing but the truth. And the truth we shall always speak every single day. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter the intimidation they come with. At the end of the day, last, all die and die. So I will continue to say this, that Nigeria is a failed nation. Any one of you who is still believing in Nigeria should go and have his head cross-examined, because you are not living. I'm telling you the simple truth. Now, our Prime Minister's case is coming up sometimes in August 2026. And every possible things is going to be put in place for Prime Minister to, defeat these animals in their courts. Now, what they did was they never allowed our Prime Minister to have adequate supply of information that he needed for his defense. They kept him in a place where information were not reaching out to him. Now, they never gave him the opportunity to have the lawyer of his own choice. So they produced a lawyer that would do abracata. You know how these people, how corrupt Nigerian government is. So they produced a lawyer, and the lawyer came and, did his magic. And then at the end of the day, they finally jailed him because his lawyer was not able to prove anything to the public. So the reason why I'm saying this is that do not be moved. Our Prime Minister will join us soon. And I'm saying this with every of my chest this time around. I believe, like I said before, I don't believe that Finland will do the right thing, because Finland is a corrupt nation. Alexander Stubb is a corrupt man. Selena Selin is a very corrupt woman. Selena Selin should be the ambassador from Finland tonight. She's a very corrupt person. They are all corrupt. Nigeria, like Mahazina and the Kanu told us, that Nigeria bribes every ambassador that comes to Nigeria. Nigeria bribes anybody that they can buy. You see what I mean? So that's case of Prime Minister. Nigeria spent money. They spent billions of dollars. I'm not talking about millions. They made sure that they enticed Finland. Finland is a corrupt nation, very corrupt nation, I'm telling you. They're very, very corrupt people. To take away our Prime Minister. And that was what they did. They eventually did that. Now, at the end of the day, everything that they are doing today is as a result of bribery and corruption. I told you people, when I come here to tell you people that Nigeria cannot defend themselves, Nigeria fears anything that is written in document than any other thing. They don't look at what Daniel Buara went to, I think, United Kingdom to disgrace himself. That is why we continue to tell you truth. Always stand on the truth. Every time and any time, stand on the truth, so that what you say in the morning, when they ask you in the afternoon, you are able to say it. When they ask you in the night, you are able to say it. Look at how Daniel Buala disgraced his life, all because of money. Money. That is how some of our brothers and sisters are today. People like, I want to ask, where is the Prime Minister of the fallback group people? Where is he today? Where are those people who told you that Ngozi is a bad woman, Ngozi is a terrorist, Ngozi is this, she's that? Where are those people today? Where are the people that are telling you, oh, Dr. Ngozi Araboeze, hey, Odi Chane, where are they today? I ask you. What have they done differently that Dr. Ngozi Araboeze has not done? Where is Ogechukwu Nkeri, Isaiah Anyogu, the criminal man in United States of America that has over 71 criminal records? Where is he today? I continue to call them out because they came out to deceive Biafrans. These are the people who made sure that our military stand down to put the blame on Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. Where are they today? I continue to tell you, Biafrans, this. I do not know Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. I have not spoken to her one-on-one before. But one thing I'm going to say here is the same thing I will continue to say. Anytime Dr. Ngozi Orabueze deviates from what Prime Minister asks her to do, I will come here and tell it to Biafrans. We are not scared of them. We are not scared of her. Has she changed? No. Is she doing what Prime Minister asks her to do? Yes, that is just why I am here. Nothing has changed ever since the declaration from Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. Anytime we signal changes or we notice there is a change in what she's saying, then we will call her out. But Biafra, do not be moved, because the woman, she's standing her ground. And I'm telling you for free. Most of you, when you go home, you go and thank God for bringing that woman to the limelight when we needed her the most. All of you don't. It is not by guns and bullets none that will actualize this freedom that we're looking for. I'm telling you the truth. The most effective one is this sit at home every Monday. The most effective fight that we have been fighting for the past 5 years is the sit at home every Monday, and that is why Soludo wants to stop it. That is his reason of wanting to stop it, because the world has started debating it. Have you seen what we're talking about? Do you now understand where we're going? Nigeria can never defend themselves. That is why when Daniel Bwala was asked several questions in defense of what he has said against the drug lord, he could not say a word, because they are there for this. They are not there for you. I keep telling you people, Nigeria, these people are not there for you. When you call Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you can beat your chest that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is standing for the whole Biafrans. When you call Simon Ekpa, you can beat your chest that Simon Ekpa and Njoku is standing for the whole Biafrans, and that is why he's detained. Prime Minister was not detained because he's a terrorist. Prime Minister was not detained because he carried gun. He was detained because of your own mineral resources, my mineral resources, so that it will be in the hands of Jagudas, people that has no moral value for humanity. Tinubu them, Daniel Bwala them, people like Shetima, Akpabio. This is the reason why Prime Minister is detained in Finland. That is the reason why. When I come here to tell you anything, just hold it to heart. What I'm saying today, I can repeat it anywhere in the world, because I'm not telling lies. These are animals. Nigerian government is so demonic in their attitude. One of you alive. I'm telling you the simple truth. If you know the evil that these people plan for you guys, all we are fighting them here. Bring documentation for evidence. You don't have anything. All they bring is money, 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 money. And this is the reason why I keep telling you, Nigeria was not built as a country. It was built as a prison. The warders are your president and your governors and your House of Senate members. Those are the warders. That is the simple truth. Nigeria is not built as a country. I want to continue to ask, no disrespect, those of you that are Nigerians, we are not Biafrans. Those of you that are Nigerians, I want to ask, what have you benefited as a Nigeria? One good thing you have benefited as a Nigeria. Just one good thing. I don't need you to tell me much. One. The answer is nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But in this country, I can count 20 things I'm benefiting from this government. I can count 20 or more than 20 that I'm benefiting from this country. As a country, as a nation, whatever happened to their citizens, they know. Every citizen in this country, they have their database. You cannot commit crime in this country and go scot-free. They don't burn you well. They know they can't even snatch people's phone here. Why are you even snatching people's phone when you can actually afford iPhone? If iPhone 20 come out, every one of us can afford it. No disrespect, my brothers and sisters back home. Please, and again, I want to say this before I continue what I'm saying. Please, those of you that are chatting me privately, I see all your chats. The reason why I'm not responding is because that is not my focus for now. I'm going to respond to every chat you have chatted me privately. But I'm not going to respond to it now until we have our results. So that when I'm coming to tell you, okay, this thing that you are asking me, I can do it or I cannot do it. I have a reason. So it is not out of disrespect. I am not responding to your chat, or I am not talking to you and not responding back to you. I see every one of your chat privately where you chat me, but I'm not going to respond to it now because I am on a mission to make sure that Biafrans get the logic of what we are doing. None of us here is stupid. So please, on that note, I am not being proud here. I am not, I'm reading everything you sent to me. But I'm not going to respond for reasons best known to me until what we are looking for come to pass. That is when I'll start talking about those chats you're chatting me. So, in other words, what I'm trying to tell us here today is this. Every one of you should trust and obey in United States of Biafra. Oh yeah, Bala Yulu. All of you think, some of you think that, oh, Dr. Ngozi Arabweze, she's not getting it. Like Ugo 247 will come and tell us. And I have challenged Ugo 247 that you said these people are against Simon, Ekpa, Prime Minister. I want you to come and prove it to Biafrans. I want you to come and prove it to everybody. How Pharmacist Diane and Dr. Ngozi Arabweze is against Prime Minister. And I've given Ugo 247 all this month. If Ugo 247 did not, because brothers and sisters, you cannot see me as your brother, as somebody you love so much, and then you see me following somebody who is going to destroy my life, and you allow me, you be evil. I will call you out as an evil person, because truth be told, you don't like my growth, you don't like my success or my progress. So if I am following Dr. Ngozi Arabweze, and you know that Dr. Ngozi Arabweze she's evil, and you allow me to continue following her, then anything that happens to me, your head, you will not rest in peace. I'm telling you the truth. Because you have the opportunity to bring the whole Biafrans out. You have the opportunity to tell the whole Biafrans how bad Dr. Ngozi Arabweze is. But you are going through the corners. We need, this time around, we need evidence. These people are the reason why Biafra never came. They are the reason why Biafra never came. None of them believed that Biafra was going to ever be redeclared. They want to continue to use Biafra to make more money. More money, more money, more money. Reason is this. Oh, like Ogekere did now. You know Ogekere is a multi-billionaire. The Nigerian government and Peter Mba paid this animal a lot of money to destroy the redeclaration, to destroy Simon Ekpa. They paid, if Ogekere said I'm lying, let him sue me to court for defamation. They paid a lot of money to Ogekere's account to blackmail Prime Minister. That is what is happening today. Today, where is that Ogechukwu Nkeri? That animal, where is he? I have challenged him. I have called him out several times to sue me for defamation of character. I didn't see Ogechukwu Nkeri. So you and me and to detail Biafra, where is your Prime Minister? For those of you who are following Ogechukwu Nkeri, where is your Prime Minister? I ask you. When they say evil begot evil, you think is a lie. When they say evil lives with evil, you think we are telling lies. You think with my capacity, we come and start lying to Biafrans. You think with the level I've gotten to in life, I will come and start sitting here to deceive you. What will I gain? What will I gain if I come here and start lying to Biafrans? What will I gain? The other day, I was on a program where a guy who I think he was part of the DOS member was calling all the whole high ranking in DOS to pick call. None of them did. Why? Because they were never here to fight for the freedom of our people. They were here to use, Simon Nnamdi Kanu to make money in their pocket. And they never want this Biafra to end. So that when people like us, when they come back now in the village, let's say 10 million. Most of us in Nigeria, realistically, we can't afford it. They go to more to 10 million. They didn't head 1 million. Nata. Up to only for the way go na ha omelora osi obodo osi we bata osi Japan we bata hi imakwa this nwa Israel okeke natara na if you want na ego. This is what they want to continue to do. They don't want you people to live right the way we are living in this country. That is the simple truth. Akwa ndị ba anyị na-asị na nwanne nwe ikwu na ibe nwe ilo na asị ana Nigeria. Some of them, they don't want such. If it's not what Ogechukwu Nkeri, Adadio Ramma, Ruby Nadi, Chomo Okoma, all of them, if it wasn't what they did, would have gone far by now. Would have gone far. Eziokwu ka nna agwa Biafrans today. Would have gone far. That is why I can never forgive Ogechukwu Nkere. I can never forgive him in a million years to come. That is why I will never forgive that animal called Ogechukwu Nkere. We will never forgive him. And any country that is recognizing us, we must have treaty, extradition treaty. Because they are living large now in all the country of the world. They are living large with the money that Nigerian governments pay them. Some of you will say, he's talking like as if not much even in. Let me ask you a question. If as corrupt as Tinubu is a known drug lord in America. He can't travel to America. All of you, I have put down, I don't know how many people that has had my video. I have put down $1,000. If you see Tinubu in America, come and collect that money from me. He can't try it. They not born and well. They not born Tinubu well. But Tinubu, the same Tinubu, went to Finland, bribed Finland, and Finland took away prime minister. Some of you said it's a lie. It's not true. That Simon is committing terrorism. Simon is a terrorist. And I ask you, so who was now committing act of terrorism? From Tinubu to use $9 million to go to America, the same America that you cannot enter, to wanting to lobby the judiciary to go and talk to, a law firm to go and talk to Donald Trump. You see, these things are just very logical. If you sit down, you will understand the complexity of Nigeria evil. These people are very demonic in their... I'm just telling you people nothing but the truth here. Listen, in Nigeria, some of you cannot pay your house rent. That is shorty. Some of you, your house rent is due. You don't even know how to start, where to start from. Some of you, you just lost your job. You are unable to get a new job. Some of you, your children, they've sent them away from school. You can't pay their school fees. Why? Because you have a collapsed system like Nigeria. Some of you, as I speak now, your shop was collapsed or were collapsed during the December period. Just because the terrorists, bandits, criminals, the Sokoto Caliphate could not carry their attacks on Nigeria. They now vetted those angers on Igbo people's markets and then brought down their shops. Most of you don't know where to start from again. But in this country, it doesn't happen that way. In this country, someone like me, I don't pay school fees. I don't pay school fees in this country. That is the simple truth. Yes, I pay my house rent. Why? Because there is job availability everywhere. If you leave one job now, in the next 30 minutes, you get a new job. That is how this country is proven. In fact, some companies are calling you, come. If you have this qualification, come. People are running from some of the companies to work with them. They are begging you to come and work. In this country, if you are not able to pay your house rent, you can declare bankruptcy, and then the government steps in and start helping you. Does that happen in Nigeria? I ask you. So I've never seen a country where a child, I'm telling you people the truth, Biafran, I've never seen a country where a child will go hungry and sleep. But it happens in Nigeria. Some of you give your 2-year-old child Gary to soak. When I was in Nigeria, I saw a lot of things. That is why when some families are talking to me, I know what they are going through. Gary, they will soak. Not like I don't drink Gary. I even drink Gary in this country. But I drink it because I hear Golom Kaneli. But some of you, there is no food. There is no other option. The only option available is to soak Gary. It doesn't happen in this country. In this country, I tell you one thing. This is why I tell you that Nigeria must be destroyed for people to live. Nigeria must be destroyed for humans to have value in Africa. I'm telling you the truth. In this country, where I am, yeah, there is no way a child will come to school and they will see his or her face swell, just small swell for her face. To go there, this is how they want to look for every avenue to remove. If they see how intelligent your child is, they will be asking that child, are you scared of mommy? Are you scared of daddy? Just for that child to accept one silly thing that you people are doing to that child at home, they will come and take your child away. They will tell you are not capable enough to take care of your children, your child. And they will take that person away. And so the government will start training the child. So in this country, you pet everything. Your child must have everything because the government have provided an enabling environment for those kids. Nothing must ever happen to them. Or your son will come to school, your daughter will come to school. Her fingernails is just like one of my own. To God, it doesn't happen like that. Nobody cares about your child in Nigeria. That is why we say Nigeria must collapse for people to have good life. If Nigeria doesn't collapse, if these wicked tyrants are still in power, none of you can experience freedom. You are not free in Nigeria. I'm telling you the truth. In this country, no, except if I want to go hungry. You can't go hungry and sleep in this country. Not in anybody's watch. I've said this times without number. Why can't you people build this USB together? Why nobody is asking you for your money? Use your platform, use your voice, project it. We are not asking you for money. I'm not going to come here and bring money. When you people, some of you are waiting for Dogu to come out. Some of you are waiting for Nnamdi Kanu to come out, which I understand. So when those people you are waiting to come out, they'll do the needful, right? But preach the goodness of this Biafra. It's coming. It has come. Not that it is coming. Dr. Ngozi Orabweze, go to Wikipedia and check it. Dr. Ngozi Orabweze declared independent state of Biafra on the 29th day of November 2024. Nobody can change that. Nobody can remove it from the archive. Nobody, not even Donald Trump, not even Benjamin, the Israeli prime minister. Nobody, I'm telling you the simple truth. And that's what Nigeria understand. That is why they are going everywhere, using Biancolo to make sure that they extradite Simon Ekpa. But that has been blocked. Biafrans, you don't know what we are suffering. You don't know what those people are going through. You don't know what Dr. Masanga is going through by this thing that he's doing. None of you do know. I'm telling you, you do not know. But if you know, you will understand that Biafra is a free nation as we speak. All we are waiting for is just one recognition from one superpower. Oh, that's all we're waiting for. We're not going to tell you people the next thing to do. We're not going to tell you the next thing to do. Prime Minister's case is coming up sometimes in August. August, not sometimes. It's coming up in August. Let us see what is going to happen. That is what some of us is waiting for. I totally understand. But start doing something. If you are the one that can write the evil that Nigeria has done to us. I'm doing my bit. You people are doing your bit. Some of you are doing your bit. Those of them that are in markets, on the market that are doing their own. All of them are suffering. Before you get 1 naira to eat in Nigeria, it's hell. Hell! Hell! How are the mighty fallen? I saw a friend of mine, when I was in the guy's father was so rich, extremely rich. This boy comes in a convoy to school at the time, when we were in University of Lagos at the time. Comes with convoy. My good friend, Andrew, today is begging for money. God forbid. Today, oh, Rosé, how far? Within the shop. That is what Nigeria has happened to them. Because when the father lost one of his buildings through these vandals, they came to destroy the building of one of the fathers. The man collapsed and died. And went off from there. See how Nigeria is very destructive. They don't care. They really don't care. I'm telling you how good this country is so that you can imagine what is coming from Biafrans. You can imagine what Prime Minister is bringing to Biafrans. You can imagine what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is bringing to Biafrans. You can imagine the preaching and the work that Dr. Ngozi Orabweze is doing. That is why I am here. I am not here to make you to believe that Biafra has come. No. I am not here to make you to follow Dr. Ngozi Orabweze. No. It is optional by choice. And I want to simply tell you that Dr. Ngozi Orabweze, she is not Biafra. Nnamdi Kanu is not Biafra. Simon is not Biafra. All of us gathered together are Biafra. We state to them what they must do. And that is why I'm here. Every one of us have one thing to do. Okay, God forbid, we will lose hope. We have gotten this Biafra. We must defend it. Must. And that is why I am preaching to you, people. This is what we must do to go home as soon as possible. You see that woman called Dr. Ngozi Arabweze? I'm telling you for free. That woman, she's a legend. That woman, she's doing everything humanly possible to make sure that Biafra is fully restored. In the absence of Mazi Simon Ekpa. I'm telling you. That woman, in fact, yesterday on Saturday, she said she was cooked for this mission. Simon cooked her. If most of you heard that confession, Simon, that is why she's dealing with the fallback group. Where are they today? Where are those noisemakers? Where is Sonia Parawa today? I ask you. Where is Chiamaka Ajeri? I ask you. Where is Ogechukwu Nkeri, your fake prime minister? Ndiohi. People without conscience. People without souls. They are very soulless. They don't have soul. They don't. These people are very soulless. They don't have humanity at heart. Just like Daniel Bwada went to London and fumbled. They don't have humanity at heart. You could see he fumbled from A to Z. You think they don't know who you are? You think they don't know how Nigeria is? With what Daniel Bwala did on Saturday, do you think any foreign investor can come to Nigeria and invest? That is how we want you to be. Use your mouth to put yourself in problem. Continue to deflect Nigeria. That is our prayer. So that people can live in Nigeria. There could be freedom. There will be freedom in Nigeria. You know, we are free from, we have gone our own way. We have gone our own way. Biafrans have left. But we need Nigerians to be free. We are humans. We are humans. Look, that is how they play their games. This is who they are. Look at Sunday Igboho today. Is he not singing hallelujah today? So that is how they are. When I tell you that these people will use money to bribe anything, what money cannot do for APC, more money we do, more money can do it. Tinubu is a very corrupt man. Highly corrupt. What Tinubu cannot do with money will not exist on this planet. I tell you the freaking truth. Today, where are those people shouting on Simon Ekpa today? Where is Brekete family? Oh, call Finland! Call Finland! They can't be in Finland and be fighting a sovereign nation. Where is Brekete family today? I ask. These were the idiots that they were using up and down. Oh, Simon is causing problem in Nigeria. Where is he today? He can no longer talk. The thing down over him. They can't talk again because it's now Muslim people that are fighting. They will bring their terrorist armies to come and unalive Nigerians. Now they have seen what Simon is fighting. Now that man has gone in. He's no more speaking about Nigeria. I thought he had the interest of Nigeria at heart. I thought he had the interest of Nigerians at heart. They used him. Oh, call Finland on his program. When you see them talking, you will think that Simon was defending Anibu, defending Christians. And that is why I can never forgive Alexander Stubb. We can never forgive him. Not on this planet Earth. Alexander Stubb looked on while our people were massacred. While our people were destroyed. Alexander Stubb did not say anything. We sent messages. We sent him glowing pictures. We sent him the killings, the unaliving that Nigerian is doing in Biafran land. The moment Simon was taken away, this man turned the blind eye. Turned the deaf ear because of the mineral resources that we have in our land that is hoping to get. Very wicked people. The Finland, all of them are all corrupt. Every one of them. I don't hold brief for any one of them. Finland is a very corrupt nation, I'm telling you. Very corrupt. Let them prove me otherwise. If they can put an innocent man away for fighting and defending his land, they are not to be trusted. I'm telling you the truth. Who knew Finland? This crazy Scandinavian, who knew them before? If it wasn't Prime Minister that brought them to the limelight. Today, what is going on? Finland has turned the blind eye to the unaliving of Biafrans in Biafran land because of their personal interest. And you called an innocent man a terrorist. No, he was not ever a terrorist when he was working in your military. No, he was never a terrorist when he fought for you to become the president of Finland. No, he was never a terrorist when he was holding the peace and unity of that country together. He was never a terrorist. He became a terrorist because the Nigerian government contacted you. What a shameless country. I ask you people, Cho Ayoba, what did he do for Norway to seize him for how many years? What is the crime of Cho Ayoba? The same thing Trump is fighting in Nigeria. This is the same thing these people have been preaching. The same thing. The same terrorists that Trump is fighting today. Tomorrow they will call Trump an evil man. Tomorrow you will hear them, Trump is coming for your mineral resources. How many mineral resources do you think you really have? Do you have mineral resources and you people are poor-stricken animals? You will see them all have mineral resources. Trump is coming for it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shouted this. They kidnapped him from Kenya, jailed him for no reason. Simon came, shouted. They took him away from Finland government, took him away. And why did they release the other 6 people? Why did they release the other people that were arrested with him? And then they left only him. Why? They said they all were financing terrorism. Because of your mineral resources. Because of my mineral resources. That is why Prime Minister is suffering what he's suffering today. And every one of you want me to be happy. And every one of you want me to sugarcoat my words. And every one of you want me to say, oh, Finland is the best thing that has ever happened. To who? I'm telling you, those of you that are in Finland, better start looking for a new location. Finland is not a country. If they can betray Prime Minister, then you are a nobody. I'm telling you the truth. Even UK, they do their own with swag. UK cannot come confrontational. They can't come one-on-one and fight you. No, they will use, there are ways that they will use. If Prime Minister was in London, I swear down, they will never arrest him. Because they know the implication of arresting a freedom fighter. Finland threw all those into the trash and say, to hell with him. Is it not money? Let us go for the money. UK can never do it. That is why UK used Kenya to move away Nnamdi Kanu. All the shout, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been shouted. Do you think UK didn't hear it? Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is no more in United Kingdom. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in United Kingdom, wallahi, they wouldn't do him anything. Because they know the reason why they can never do it. But did Finland think twice? No, they didn't. They told you, from Celine's word, that crazy woman that came from Finland to Nigeria, she said, and I quote, that Prime Minister Simon Ekpa was blocking bilateral agreement within Finland and Nigeria. I can imagine a stupid woman speaking. And you think because they're Caucasians, so whatever she said is the truth. I'm very angry this morning. All our heroes are being brought down. All the people fighting for the goodness, for the betterment of Africa, they are taking everyone away. Cho Ayoba, what did he do wrong? Dr. Cho Ayoba that is in Norway today, jailed in Norway, what did he do wrong? The same thing Prime Minister is fighting. That is the same thing Cho Ayoba is fighting. That is the same thing Nnamdi Kanu is fighting. The same thing Dr. Ngozi Orabueze is fighting. The same thing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa, all of them are fighting. The same thing they're shouting. They don't care because they are not Africans. They really don't care because Nigeria is paying them money. They don't care because they are getting their share of cake from Nigeria. They don't care because the mineral resources is coming to them. They really don't care. They don't care. Do they care about humanity? Look at how wicked some people can be. Animals, kids, children were unalive in the north. Children, kids that knows nothing about this planet Earth, that are just starting their life. They unalive them. Nobody has said a word. If Trump brings his missiles now, they will tell you, oh, Trump is coming. Oh, Trump is coming for your mineral resources. There. Animals. Crazy people. I don't know how some of you reason. I don't know how you think. You see evil happening and you are painting it. You are painting it, thinking that evil is not going to come back and haunt you. The same people that Tinubu, Shetima brought as machineries to fight for their election. This is the same people haunting them now. They can't tell you. That's why they can't go after them. So we have military aircraft. Some of you don't even reason. We have military aircraft that can go to another man's land in less than 10 seconds to combat military coup. But we don't have military that will combat terrorists in the forest. Have you seen what I'm saying, right? You have such military, but Tinubu doesn't want to use them because they created them and they can't take them out because they are under oath. And when Trump made a sound, they said, oh, Trump is coming for his selfish interest. Have you seen how myopic some of you can be? And they just say these things without remembering what they say. That is how Daniel Bwala went to made a mess of himself. They are asking you, hey, you are lying. You think it's by lie that you remain relevant in power? It is by lie. I'll continue to say it and I will say it any day, anytime. We are not here to joke. Any day you see me or you see Dr. Ngozi Arabaeze talking nonsense, God forbid, she's not going to do that. Going different routes, we will come and tell Biafrans, stop following this woman. She's not doing the bidding of our Prime Minister. Anona Andekam. I have said it times without number. So we are not here to deceive Biafrans. I will be the last person to come here to deceive Biafrans. Biafrans, I don't want this video to be long. I'm so sorry. I just have to, I just have to say all these things because some of you don't know my YouTube handle. So that is why I usually come here. That is the simple truth I keep telling you. That is the simple truth. I will not be here and see. Do you know what a life means? I lost my own twin brother. I have not recovered from it. He passed on in 2013. 2013, I've not recovered. And then I'm seeing mothers, fathers losing their loved one, losing their last hope. Those useless fallback. That this God that we serve is an evil God. Is a very partial God. Can imagine how they will collect money and start unaliving our people. How they will collect money from this government and start unaliving our brothers and our mothers and our parents. Country that unalive children. And you people are happy. They call you Nigeria. Take this, your nonsense passport to anywhere in the world. Even in Nigeria, go to any embassy, they will reject you. Just because we're in Nigeria. They will reject you. What country will tell me one European, all these people that are gaining our oil and gas and all whatnot, tell me one European country that you can go visa free from Nigeria? No. But they are the highest benefactors of our mineral resources. Highest benefactors, or beneficiaries, should I say, of our mineral resources. Sometimes we have to reason. Sometimes we wake up. It is now or never. It is now or never. Now or never. This Biafra that we have declared, we will hold it to the end. I know what some of you are waiting for. Prime Minister, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it's all good. When they come, it's going to be tougher. But I want to promise you this, that Mazi Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa Njoko, our Prime Minister, will be back soon. That is the only thing I have to tell you people. Because Nigeria has no case. They don't have any case to prove. I continue to say this, and I'll continue to say it every single day. They have nothing. The only thing that they fear the most, is documentation, and they don't have it. If they don't fear documentation, I will give you instances. I keep telling you people this. Look at just simple questions that they ask your honorable minister, Daniel Bwala. This and this, he could not defend anything. Nigeria doesn't know how to defend documentation. And that is where Mazi Simon is waiting for them. All of us are waiting for them, including this animal called Olu, Bianca. Olosho woman. We are waiting for her now. Shebi is some few months now. 3 months to go. Called the 4 months. Biafrans, just be resilient. We are winning them. I'm telling you, anything that is not true, I'm not going to come. Okay, what will I gain coming here to? Like I said, I've never gained anything from my social media handle. So, no, it's not. I'm telling you the simple truth. Nothing but the truth. Nigeria can never, this time around, defeat Mazi Simon. They never even defeated him the first time. It was a charade that they did. But now, they will now come this time around. They don't know who Dr. Masanga is. They think he's an ordinary man. They don't know who he is. So, Biafrans, I'm going to leave you guys at this. Thank you so much. I will join you people some other time, maybe tomorrow or next, or I don't know. But thank you so much for listening to me. May God bless every one of you. Let us find a way to join the United States of Biafra. I'm not saying you should use your money. Most of you here in Nigeria, I understand all these things. But use your voice. Those of you that can write, let the world will see it. The world is seeing what we are doing. So thank you so much. May God bless you. Someone very dear to me is calling me, and I have to go this time around. Thank you so much, dear friends. I love you guys. I see you some other times. May God bless you, people.
To all these army soldiers when they carry go Imo State, make una know say na that Imo State, now there they go bury all of una. Biafra boys go win. Now there they go bury all of una. Togetherness is not by force. White people are gone. Over 60 years now, white people are gone. What are we still doing together? Is it by force? All Igbo senators and National Assembly members and all Igbo governors are like you pretend like you love us, but you sell us out. Keuru, what gain does the average Igbo man gain from being one Nigeria? You keep us in bondage. All you Igbo National Assembly members, Igbo senators, Igbo governors, you keep us in bondage for your own personal gain. Unemployment. Hey, Kobe one a 15-year-old now walk on a bany. Ihisike anakoria mwado. Can find not together, man? 33% of the country is unemployed. Hardship is nothing to be told. All you Nigerian soldiers, where they go, my home state, to go fight my boys. Now, dare them go bury all of una. Una not go see una village again.